The two new Nightfall weapons released with update 7.3.5 are a bit of a yin and yang, because on the one hand, Wildstyle is a terrible disappointment that could have been so much more, and on the other, a Slammer is an incredibly promising weapon that most believe will solidify its place in the meta the moment it releases. Well, dear viewer, that belief has now become a certainty, and not necessarily for the reasons you might be thinking. Right away, people saw several interesting perks on this weapon. It can get Cold Steel, which for all we know could proc on every single heavy attack because Vortex heavies deal multiple damage ticks per cast. It can get Bait and Switch, which may allow it to out DPS a surrounded bequest. Mainly though, many people saw Eager Edge in the third column and were instantly quite excited because it's the third sword to ever receive the perk. But then we quickly realized two things. Number one, non-enhanced Eager Edge is actually ever so slightly worse than its enhanced counterpart because a light swing sends you just shy of the enhanced one. But number two, we also remembered that from the crafting bug, and you'll have to take my word on this because I don't have a clip, but performing shatter or well skates with vortex frames was actually faster initially compared to adaptive frames like the other half and half truths. So, as far as movement tech was concerned, people were kind of not so sure how this sword would really perform because your regular sword skates would be slower, but well skates would be faster, so yeah. Now, however, in the This Week in Destiny blog post from March 14th, Bungie announced that a slew of weapons from update 7.3.5 will gain the ability to be enhanced at the Relic on Mars and thus gain enhanced perks. Fortunately, the Slammer is among those weapons, meaning that in the final shape, you will be able to craft it with enhanced Eager Edge, thus negating the prior concerns people were having. Assuming nothing has changed about the behavior of well skating with vortex frames, this will without question make the Slammer the best movement sword in the game, and it is from here on that I fully recommend farming this weapon starting tomorrow until you get the perfect roll. What is the perfect roll, you say? Because it's a Vanguard weapon, the Adept version rolls with two perks in the third column, meaning that the most stacked roll you could get for both movement and damage purposes would be the choice between Jagged Edge and Enduring Blade in the first column, Swordmaster's Guard, the choice between Eager Edge and Relentless Strikes in the third column, and then either Bait and Switch or Cold Steel. Unfortunately, it's currently unknown whether you'll be able to keep multiple perks per column once the weapon does become enhanceable, but assuming you can't, as far as future prepping is concerned, having multiple rolls seems like the best way to go. I am now beyond excited to get my hands on this weapon since, to be quite honest, I've grown tired of using the same two swords for so long. Anyway, that's all for today. Happy farming, and I'll see you in the next one. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Your support means the world. And if you're really into the content I create, consider becoming a member of the channel, which not only lets you support me in the best way possible, it also nets you a whole host of awesome perks along with it. A massive shout out to these members up on screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, dear viewer.